I love you too. Generally, my life is a little different in the way I sing. I generally find a room that's quiet and it's very thoughtful, and it's the way I want to project music. I want to tell you all the people who spoke today, there were some amazing stories. OCD, out of the park. And Poison Ivy, you look fierce. So I just want you all to know that I'm going to sing you a song and I'm going to tell you a story. I grew up in Long Beach. I grew up on the other side of the tracks, and at that point I learned a lot. I went to Poly High School, and I also went to Wilson. I went to both. I want to tell you that when I came out, I was at First Baptist Church, and I had already had a lot of sexual adventures when I was younger, and these are the stories that are deep and private. My experience was sort of a Jodie Foster movie from Taxi, and I really had a lot of experience before I was 16. When I play music, and when I talk about my husband, when I talk about Melissa Etheridge, when I talk about my history, it's not simple, it's not little, it is not in the crowd where it speaks too loud. So when I tell stories, or when I want to sing a song to you, it's intentful, and I have one for you. When Melissa Etheridge would tell stories, and I lived on 7th and Cherry, just across the street from the Quai Seurat. Anybody know it? Yeah. So there was a little gay boy who was also going to church, and I had this kind of moxie at the time, and I didn't understand it, but it definitely was a fire that was underneath. And as I wrote songs, and as I went to church, and I won a preaching contest, and I went on to understand the clarity of truth. I've been in a relationship now for 24 years. It's not my first one. And I've earned my stripes in this gay community. I was here when we had gay pride a long time ago. I was here for the first AIDS walk. I was here when the lesbians walked around and they had 6,000 fucking keys on their side. And I have a beautiful song I want to sing for you, and I'm going to see if I can get this out right. I noticed earlier I was getting kind of edgy when I was singing because I like it to be controlled. Not for control, but because then the message comes through properly. Is my lighting working? Do I look okay, y'all?
You look fabulous.
Okay. So I'm going to pull this song out. When I went to write my first song, a love song, I remember Melissa would sing. Believe me, there were many, many singers. I mean, I'll take you to Cat Stevens. I'll take you to all of them. But there was a song Melissa would say, and she would sing, "Some other woman was making love to you." And she would always say it, so she was writing as if a woman was loving a woman and there was a man. She was always masking the way it was because she was a leader. She was a pioneer. And I went to write my first song, and I wanted to write a song too where I was hiding this gayness and this masking. But I was no fucking good at hiding my gayness, and nor was I apologetic. It wasn't in my nature. And so I wrote a song, and this song's called Allen Street. And it's a beautiful love song, and I hope I get this out. So just give me a moment, okay? Tommy came out of the store with bags in his hands. He was rushing down the street like a madman. He must have been looking the other way. His sudden crash, his bags flew every which way. And as he started to say, "Why don't you look where you're going?" a hand reached out to pull him up. And in an awkward silence, their hands hanging on, Tommy just heard the most beautiful man say, "I'm sorry, my name is John." And as they talked for a while, John just smiled. He said, "I'd like to make it up to you. How about a movie tonight, just me and you? See, you never know when two strangers might meet, but today it happened down on Island Street. Well, John was right on time, and Tommy was going out of his mind, and they drove to the picture show. They sat in the very back row, and Tommy began to think, well, I've been here before, and I've knocked on lovers' door, but it never seemed to have the key for me. And as if John could read his mind, he said, just put your hand in mine. And see, you never know when two strangers might meet, but today it happened down on Island Street. And after the picture show, John said, Tom, where would you like to go? And Tom said, I don't mind, just drive, just drive, just drive. And Johnny parked in high-speed drive, and Tommy, he sat on the hood of the car, and he swore he could count 1,000,000 stars. And in the boldest move of all, Johnny moved in front of Tom, and he kissed him oh so hard that Tommy began to cry. But good old John just kissed him dry. And he pulled Tommy in, and he whispered, where have you been? See, you never know when two lovers might meet, but today it happened down on Island Street. Thank you very much. Happy Pride to all of you. And thanks for having us. Thank you very much for everybody being here tonight. Thank you.